Got Fresh, who is now off of their 2-0 victory over BMG, of course, an impressive one at that. They're going up against Complexity now. And again, this just so happens to be Cycle 1 champions versus Cycle 2 champions. So, going into this season, I don't know if anyone would have honestly been able to call that. But really, though, expected this, at least I did, expected this to be a season of just who the hell was going to win, we really don't know, and I think that's definitely playing out as that way. So Cycle 3, if it's even a completely different team, would not be surprised at all. But I am joined by St. Rocks once again. Welcome back, St. This is one that I'm really looking forward to. I think this should have really be a good series here.
Definitely. I feel like these two teams have pretty similar playstyles as well, so hopefully one of them are going to swap it up so it's not going to be like a 40-minute farm game and then 10-minute action. But yeah, I would probably say to go in on what you just mentioned earlier about who's going to win. I'd say Mind and Complexity are arguably the two best teams around right now with the
Yeah.
X-Sync leaving. So yeah, possibly like your finalist matchup here, but I guess we'll have to wait and see.
Absolutely. So I do want to bring this up real quickly before we get too much into this match specifically. A couple things. What we were talking about the Mage Bane Moira synergy at the very end there, a little bit of uncertainty. And I've always been about if I actually get information that something they were saying is wrong, or I want to do my best to tell the actual truth. I really do. I'm not just here to look good and play that off. So I was informed by Haxer, and actually did message me after the game. I guess he was even listening in. He did confirm that. So how it works, Moira, when she mana sunders, it obviously is there's that delay where it's going to be 0 mana, and then eventually it starts regaining the mana back on the hero. When that phase starts, when the regaining of the mana starts, is when the mana void of Magebane will actually be impacted by the loss of mana that the player has. So if he uses it essentially right as that mana starts regaining, so say if they have 2,000 mana or whatever, you get the point. I mean, it's going to do a lot of damage if you do it right at the beginning of that regain. So that's what we essentially saw there. I mean, Haxman was basically timing the synergy of the hero.
Okay.
So it's not as easy mode as you may think off first glance, but it still is a powerful combination actually.
Definitely.
Possibly there.
And
So
you know what? I was completely on your side as well because I'm pretty sure I was told somewhere that they fixed the synergy between this because it was just simply too strong.
yeah.
But it sounds like it just really is very strong.
Yeah. That's I was the same way. I could have sworn I was told that when the hero first came out, but hey, we were apparently wrong and got no point pointing that out. And here we are now in this first game. I gotta wonder, Complexity. I would think that. In fact, I believe I even saw what you got on the channel. He was watching the match, so they don't ban Magebane, and Moira is picked up here on the side of Fresh. I would not be surprised to see that combo again, because knowing that especially, and Haxman in general loves playing. I mean, he's not going to be playing obviously Provost with me, but Haxman was even pointing out he just loves the hero. I would not be surprised to see it again.
Definitely. I mean, it's really only very strong against like a high mana pool hero. So Boxy had the Kinesis last game. This game there's a Parasite around, but unless they get like some sort of in hero, it might not happen, and they might just go with the Malikan.
Yeah, good point.
Yeah, that's definitely a possibility. That's for sure.
What did Complexity ban out? Clank, Starklady, and Silhouette. Okay. So, but yeah, they leave over Malikan as well, as he pointed out there. So once again, not too concerned about it, I guess.
Nah, I
Probosco's
mean,
done.
yeah, I mean, I guess they're just more. They did ban a lot of carries. That's for sure, but they don't seem overly worried about no Mage Pain or Malikan, like two of Probo's probably most played carries. Oh, that's why. Okay.
Oh, that's so good. I mean, you did bring up a good point. How I wouldn't be surprised if Fresh didn't go up because you look at the roster and yeah, there's not that obvious target like there was with Kinesis. So, but
Hmm.
the fact that they pick it up themselves now, that's just fun. So they won't have the Moira synergy, but so they're just going to rely on just Magebane himself, being good.
Still strong. I mean,
Yeah.
still definitely can go to town on Midas, and he can cancel Tempest Holes even through Strong Head. if needed, if Parasite for some reason messes up. So definitely not the worst carry I could think of. That's for sure.
All right, well, did not expect it on their side, but it sure enough is on the side of complexity here. Mageman, I guess, is just getting attention again, and maybe this buff is a little bit more than we were even expecting to the hero, because this is now the third different team that we're going to be seeing playing it. I mentioned X-Sync last cycle after the changes. We just saw Fresh do well with it, and now we're seeing complexity played here. So clearly some attention being brought to the hero once again. Want to make it strong.
Let's see. Is this going to be American?
I gotta think it is, yeah. I mean, they're waiting time here as if it's actually a decision, but
Yeah, it's not really.
no. It's Probust here. It's his perfect hero. The synergy's there. They got Tempest. They got Behemoth. You know, the great AOE presence. I mean, they need that carry. So why would they not go?
Whoa. Okay.
Or they go Nighthound. That was my next guess.
Really?
Totally.
All right, fair enough, fair enough. I mean, I've gone with Scout, but Nighthound is definitely a close contestant. All right, so Nighthound. I mean, he has that cloud that's really good against Magebane early on, before the swinging head happens, but that is not a carry. That's not a carry that can actually, like, you know, Probo's not playing this tanky carry that can just soak up opponents' initiations. So that's really interesting.
That is. Revenant the final pick, but man, I'm still stuck on the Nighthound. Probusk actually did play Nighthound a while back. I do recall. I forget what event it even was. It definitely wasn't Haunt Tours before that, but and I do remember him just absolutely dominating with it. In fact, it might have even been season 3 where there's a matchup where he picked it up and just wrecked with it. So kind of going back to that, you could say, but. Yeah, I guess maybe they like the silence against Magebane is definitely a big reason, having that smoke cloud. Will be good to keep him in check here, locked down. But yeah, as you pointed out, though, why not Scout, though? Scout, with that disarm on top of having the silence effect could be powerful, so.
Yeah, I feel like Scout would be more interesting than Nighthound, at least.
Yeah.
His silence lasts longer, and you can't, like, it's not position-based. If you get silenced by Scout, you're silenced. Done. So, yeah. Well, I mean, it might have something to do with Probus. The way you play an effective Nighthound is he's heading top.
Is this going to be a suicide Nighthound? No way. It's Probus playing it, so.
No. It's Sibba has boots and mana plus. That's like the suicide B build. So, what is...
He's just
going up there and... Yeah,
okay.
no, he's just warding. He's just warding because he can do it while invis, I guess.
Okay. Yeah, I guess at the bottom lane, he won't necessarily need, like, his pounce right off the bat or anything, so.
Yeah.
Not that big of a deal.
Huh. But yeah, he's going to be roaming, I gotta say. He like, Nidon is such a strong roamer. When he gets, the invis, he can just... Invis and Nullifier, that's just a combination that can kill most anyone.
Yeah.
So, an effective Nighthound is a Nighthound that starts, like minute 20, minute 25. You start to... be on an opponent's side of the map, finding people that are alone, just killing them. But yeah, it's not exactly like a core. It feels like Nighthound is not. I haven't seen a Nighthound carry a game on his put an entire game on his shoulders and just carrying it. It doesn't seem like the hero really can do that, especially against the Magebane.
We did have last cycle. They're actually, in fact, one of the most. One of the candidates for the best individual game performance, sure enough, was Squirry for Revolution, playing a Nighthound. Yeah, he actually did play Nighthound, and in fact, I'm double-checking right here. Best game performance. Yeah, he played, and it was actually against BMG. He went 10-1-10 with 590 gold per minute on the hero. Okay. So there was that example just last cycle, in fact. But granted, that was also a Gladiator game where Peksu on the jungle Gladiator strat, and I don't think it was necessarily the Nighthound himself just snowballing out of control. It was more so a team effort, but but yeah, it's gonna be fun to see how Probusk does here. Granted, he's gonna have to deal with a Revenant Aluna off the bat.
Yeah, and Parasite is actually in enemy jungle messing with Tempest farm. So yeah, Tempest not having a good time at all. Parasite really messing that up. Serena even blocking his own hard camp to make sure the Parasite is not going to have too good of a time.
Yeah, we didn't really
So,
mention that Revenant pickup. I mean, we're so kind of caught up with the Nighthound, but Revenant was that final pick from Complexity, by the way. And they do give it to Fuzzy Sloth in the end here. So they don't do this often. You know, it's more of a sync, even an evil corporation kind of idea strategy. But Fuzzy Sloth going to be playing it here.
yep.
For them.
I saw him do that yesterday, I believe, or maybe yesterday, and he completely wrecked with the Revenant against. It was against Slap's team, and he was just like 450 DPM and just completely owning. So I guess that's where they got the inspiration from.
Oh, 10% of mana push and killing the Vagabond leader, but Parasite comes in, takes over the leader, then takes off the mana push. And it's got to be frustrating times for Tempest here.
Yep.
That's the point.
Parasite even gets a rune here, and Parasite actually counterwarded enemy jungle, so Parasite could stay there and farm. That's kind of funny, having to counterward enemy jungle.
Hey, it's counter war the jungle for your Parasite. It happens to be the enemy jungle, but yeah, it's still, you know, it does make sense, and obviously they're making it work here. So yeah, it's not often you see that though. Definitely coming out, but definitely a good strategy here. And you see the Vulture Lord is going to need to come out of it there as it's level 3 in the process. Tempest back over here, trying to finish off the Skeleton King, but man, if Parasite gets here first, I don't think he's going to though. That would have been brutal. Not there to infested it, but he does take off the mana potion right away of Tempest though.
Close goal from Serenia. He tried to block Parasite in.
Actually he
Parasite
might die here. The Transmute connects and Bloodlust Kill comes out, so Haxorin gets credit in the end. So yeah, Serenia may not have blocked him in, but did enough to actually get the stun off. Eventually
Really
get the
well
kill.
done. And also, good timing here. Oh, bot lane.
Yeah, they're going for Luna now. They put the Invis on him though, so how about that? You see, Nighthound used to be an Invis himself, not used to going up against Invis, but happens to be the case
3,
there.
2, 1. Nighthound is very close to Luna, but
Oh,
he is gonna be fine.
just out of range there. So, but yeah, you gotta wonder now if this Legion side of the Nighthound, Moiraland, if they're gonna try to get dust here, having to deal with the Revenant, you'd think so.
Definitely. I mean, they can't just sit in the lane and never get kills. That'd be silly. Parasite deciding to stay out of the jungle now. He doesn't want to deal with that anymore. But he did put he really put a lot of restrictions on Tempest farm. Tempest sitting on 220. Mid lane.
Yeah, you see double damage Midas up in the face of Oscar there, but in the end, no kill coming out. Meanwhile, top rune, Parasite, he gets the Invis right in front of Behemoth, who had a bottle, actually. Side lane bottle there was coming over to pick that up. Unfortunately, not able to get it. Nightout, meanwhile, bottom lane, the dust comes out. He puts the smoke cloud down to prevent the, I guess, if anything, the mortification from coming out. Eventually does, though. Nighthound still feeling the pressure. He's hiding pretty well. He leaps through, pounces to his teammate, even the illusion right there. And he's going to be fine for now. The dust wears off, and he's actually going to escape here. Very well played by Probust there. Using that pounce very defensively.
And Serenia even more so, like setting up. He was probably like, I mean, that could be both of them. Bosk even calling for, please move your illusion so I can jump to it, or Serenia saying, hey, I got my illusion so you can jump to it. But yeah, I think we can both agree that was great teamwork.
Yeah.
Couldn't have done it without each other.
Yeah, good coordination definitely on their part, but Probust, he is struggling, and I think that, of course, is the idea here of Complexity, really addressing the Nighthound lane down here with the aggressive Revenant Aluna. Revenant, on the other hand, having a great time. 29 now, 30 and 13 creep farm down here. It's level 4 on top of that.
Yeah, he's gonna take off. This is just Fuzzy having a really good time, and I feel like Fuzzy is one of these, like, he's one of those players that when they get enough space, they're just gonna completely take off.
Yeah.
Almost no matter what hero they play. And this time around, he's playing Revenant, a really like ganky, high mobile hero. I would be scared if I was Mint right now.
Well, Revenant for the time being is obviously still down there, but yeah, the second he kind of goes missing, you definitely got to be on your toes. In this case, if you're fresh. Meanwhile, speaking of that, Midas actually might need to be on his toes here, as Aluna was running in, but never mind. They decided it's best not to go for it. 6-minute rune is spawning. It's going to be a haste rune bottom, so Aluna is actually going to be able to pick that up before anyone else gets there. So the lack of rune control from Fresh actually coming into play there.
Stun.
Luna, she's going to be hit. The transmute goes off. She still has the haste, though. She thought about maybe going to Conquer to kill herself. The Shards of Harkon just out of range. Haste rune keeps her alive. That was very close. Ninehound going back to him as actually bottom. They might be going no. Revenant's fine there. They do have Dust on Moira, so they could definitely try for a kill if they wanted to.
Yeah. But he sees him with the ward from Love.
Yeah,
he sees
true.
both Tempest and Moira, so Fuzzy knows something is amiss.
Good point. Nightown though, going back to him, what do we think for him? Because obviously he's not like a rune cleave carry. I don't feel like
he goes like he's gonna go first item. What's it called? Nullfire Blade, and then he's gonna start roaming. That's what I would definitely expect from him. And Nullfire is also decent against puzzle box minions. It can purge them, kill them. So yeah, I'd definitely say there's no reason not to get Nullfire.
Yeah. Okay. See what Probust does prioritize here. He once again gets that Iron Shield. Seems to like that on top of the Steam Boots. He's going to be going in. I mean, there is some really good synergy right there, isn't there? Moira and the Nightown. It's throw those Shards of Harkon up, and he pounces in, and you get the nice stun from it and the burst damage. Meanwhile, middle lane, Shockwave going off, but that's very defensive. He's trying to stay alive. Elemental Void comes out, but he was going to live for now and may get some turret kills. Meraxis, he will go down, and down goes Parasite with Zibe just staring at them the whole time. What an ultimate from Iceland Gogo right there. He's really been on top today as far as the first series and now this one here.
This is like the second, like that's what happened against BMG in the first game as well. He just comes in with a huge hole and like turns the entire fight around and makes sure like secures 2 kills extra. That is better than what you can expect.
Yeah.
And Rev Ward put down from Love here. And Serena popping a ward right into that Rev Ward. That's silly.
Oh my god, look at the damage alone from Revenant. That's going to kill Moira in the end. You see the stun on the Nightown as well, just to help Revenant stay alive here, and he's going to be fine in the end. So, jeez. Yeah, you see, I mean, Revenant, if he gets an opening like that, the Enfeeble or the Defile on top of the Mortification, great synergy there. And actually, they might go for Nightown. No.
Okay. They can't see him right now.
Yeah. He was a little too safe there. Gonna be fine. Back to the middle lane though. Midas now 400 gold per minute. By the way, he is. Well, no, he's not the top farmer in the game. I actually was going to give it to him, but Formless actually, of course, at the top lane. I kind of forgot about him, and wonder if the Fresh team has as well, because he's just been farming away up here. The top tower is dead, and even pushing in further. So Magebane, as we just saw last game, not a hero you want to let get out of hand. And Fresh
definitely
is very aware of that. So we'll
mid
see.
lane. Nightown is rotating over, being aggressive already now.
They're going to look for the jump here. Yep, Nightown on the flank. He's going to go in. Oh, nice job with the Arcane Shield that prevents a pounce from happening. And actually going to keep Oscar alive for now. He's doing a good job at juking and jiving right here. No something's up. Parasite coming in. The face sucker to Midas. Magebane, Revenant, they come in as well. Flash, it's going to be canceled on Magebane. Actually, it looks like he tried, but he got the Mana Sunder. He eventually gets it off, though, and takes out Tempest in the end. So it is a chase successful for Complexity there. And they deny the tower. So overall, actually pretty damn good for Complexity.
Yeah, I was actually surprised how well they managed to do that. And Midas actually might get killed here.
Oh, man, just out of range. Yeah, good job with the Infist. And Legion team, they really got to be careful about that. They maybe want to try to make sure they have some Rev Wards on them at all times if ever they're trying to pick a fight. Because, yeah, that almost caught them.
Yeah. Look at Nightown. His illusions will crit as well. So, I'm not sure if he's actually going to try to block. He's going for the Invis block, maybe?
Well, he's going for the Behemoth coming over and assisting me kill. And he gets that
Works
right
every
there.
time.
There you go. Zibe's off to a great start, especially with that middle lane with the Elemental Void coming in. Saved the day and turned it around there, so.
He is not even that far away from a Polo Key at this point.
Nope. And that's going to be coming out, yeah, 1,600 gold saved up in it. Meanwhile, top lane, how about that? Formless, it looks like a Mana Rift was used right there. And it kills Iceland Gogo once again, so. He had a good Elemental Void earlier, but he's now died twice. So his farm's actually lacking a little bit.
Yeah, I'm not sure why he's left his jungle. It's not like Probo's is gonna start farming in the jungle by anytime soon with a Nighthound, so I'm not sure why he's like kind of branching out into the side lanes.
Nighthound, okay. Just simply trying to pick up more farms somewhere. 1,500 gold saved up on him. You mentioned the Nullfire Blade idea.
Yeah.
You know, you figure if he was going for that, though, I feel like he would have at least had a Quick Blade by now. Just enhances damage, but... Okay.
Oh, Energizer, okay.
Goes the Energizer first. Uh-oh.
Oh, he's in trouble here.
He's in a lot of trouble. I don't think he knows it. Definitely doesn't. In comes the dust. Smoke cloud, but Revenant did a good job positioning himself not to get hit. However, it might not be enough still. In fact, Revenant managed to take a nice pounce right there from Nighthound. Now Revenant, he's the one in trouble all of a sudden. As the Elemental Void, it only caught Revenant. Aluna was out of range. She gets the red sun off eventually. They didn't have the most damage on Revenant, but now they do as Midas comes in to try to clean up. He's chasing Aluna, though. He figures Revenant's dead anyways, which he's probably right. Aluna goes down. Revenant now trapped completely, and down goes Revenant. Haxren, he even gets the double tap for it, and he deserved it right there. That was very good movement and positioning by him.
Definitely. That was just a really solid play from Haxren, realizing that, all right, we probably got this guy, so I'm going to go to the next guy and secure that kill as well.
Yeah. Man, he's 5-0-0 now, by the way. 400 gold per minute on this Midas here. He's trying to keep up with the Mage Pain, actually. Doing a pretty good job of that so far.
Definitely. He's gonna like, and he's also one of those heroes that really can like, you don't want to see a farm Midas on the other side. That means that Pole Key Sheeps is gonna happening at like around minute 25 to 30. And that could really mess you up. It was a shame that Love just barely missed his snipe on Nighthound. That would have killed him. But that kind of like, I don't know, they might have died anyways, but it's a little bit salt in the wound not getting the Nighthound killed either. What Love's positioning here. Very aggressive. Nice ward.
Where is he down here? Yeah, he got a lane ward up. Or yeah, right there.
Yeah, like a super deep lane ward.
No worries, doing the pull there. And another one. Goes down, so trying to get some aggressive wards out, of course, again, with that Revenant. Likes the idea of being able to roam around, set up some kills. Nighthound, he finds a Mage Bane by himself. Can't get a kill by himself right now, but yeah, Midas is coming over.
They're waiting for the hard cam as well, yeah. This is Nighthound, yeah.
Should be an easy kill. Out comes the dust, or the cloud even. And
well done.
Second later, Formless is dead, so yeah, good pursuit, and obviously that's definitely a benefit of having a Nighthound. Meanwhile, bottom lane, Fuzzy Sloth, he got the kill on the Serenia right there. They knew that obviously some were missing. Nice red stun by Love.
Yeah. That was so well played from him. Just sitting there waiting for that to happen, and he hits 4 and 5 seconds stun there. That was nicely done.
Yeah.
But yeah, I expected Nighthound to move around, and he did. He was all the way into the that announcer he's very aggressive.
Yes.
But yeah, Nighthound was all the way into the enemy jungle chasing down the Mage Bane. And that's how you should play Nighthound. Like, you have the mobility and the stealth to actually just move around like that.
Yeah.
That's why I was kind of like expecting him to get Nullfire, because with Nullfire he can actually kill Mage Bane alone in that situation by purging Mage Bane, so he stays in the silence longer. But yeah, choosing to go the Energizer. I'm not sure if Probo's gonna go for a farming item after this, or if he's actually gonna pick up that Nullfire.
Yeah, it's another 1,300 gold saved up. We'll ideally find out pretty shortly here.
Yeah,
maybe going forward.
I feel like either is viable at this point, but I don't think. I'm pretty sure Nighthound is not taking Mage Bane late game. Nighthound kind of falls off like around the 4th or 5th item slot.
No, yeah, he's definitely one of those more aggressive carries for earlier on, for sure.
Definitely.
Nullfire Blade, it is really good synergy on this hero, though, man. The not only just the purge and the nice little bit of extra damage from that, but the agility is just it's so naturally good, of course, for him because of the synergy of how he works with the backstab here. So,
definitely.
He's gonna look for a kill, possibly. Revenant does have a Sackstone. I don't know if he can kill him.
Oh, they're going.
With help, he can definitely kill him. Mammoth ports in, and there we go. The smoke cloud just kept him in there long enough. Take him out, so
That's a Polky and Behe, and whoa, that's All right, so he's gonna be he want to deal with Parasite catapulting. That's why he got that while enhancing his own farm, I suppose.
Hmm.
So yeah, I still like the Nullfire better, but this way he can actually deal with Parasite. You know, trying to do some funky tower pushes inside of Ballista.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I guess that whenever there's a parasite, especially with the puzzle box, there's always the idea that Alchemist Bones is a decent pickup. So.
Hmm. Almost
Yes.
here. Oh, he should just have finished up his cleaver now. So he's a little bit behind here. Robo's last game had it at 14 minutes, and Fomus is 2 minutes behind that.
That
And
death, of course, slowing him down a little bit.
look at Provost. He is
Yeah, he's
all
really
the way in
hunting.
the mid lane. Yeah. Want to catch something here.
Again, that's where this hero does feel a little off for Probusk. Now, granted, we said that when he played the Riptide, and he ended up wrecking with that, and it was a lot of fun to watch as against X-Sync, I think, actually, in the brackets, if I'm not mistaken. So, where he's definitely more of the safer, carry. He likes to just farm and, eventually get built up to the point where it's ridiculous to stop him. Now, 9-ounce, as we're getting at, we've talked about several times now, as we're seeing here, he's a very aggressive. He wants to constantly move around and look to get kills, farm that way. And he's probably going to find another one right here, which is good. So, yeah, easily a kill on Aluna. What she's doing there in the first place is...
He has Outbones. No, oh, what?
Where are they?
They're not on him.
Yeah, no, he actually doesn't have it yet. I don't know what that's about. But they're going to catch Parasite still, and it is going to be enough in the end. So, that's a good point, though. Yeah, they're not
It's like
actually
he's
on
just
him.
going to Outbones that catapult, but he doesn't have it.
Yeah. Well, that's
What
a
happened?
cool courier, by the way. That's the new Paragon courier, isn't it? Wow.
Yeah, the Swan.
Yeah.
The Crystal Swan. Yeah, that looks... I mean, the first time I saw it, I was like, wait, what? What is that? Is that a new... but
I thought it was
sure.
Shiver for a second. I was like, wait a
Yeah.
sec, what's Tundra doing in the game? No. Okay, wait. So he didn't actually have it, was the thing. Or did he buy something else? I'm confused now. He just bought it again. Okay.
I feel like he sold it, but then he had less gold than before.
So did he accidentally sell it late? Was that the case?
Maybe. I don't want to... That's a pretty big mistake. I don't want to say, like, without 100% certainty that
Yeah.
he did that, but...
I think
that
you might
could
be
definitely-
right.
Yeah, that could have happened.
Because there's nothing else on him. And so unless we missed something completely, which it's possible, I guess, but it does feel like, for whatever reason, maybe he had to change a heart for that split second, and he tried to sell it, and he ended up being late. Yeah, that might have happened. So, oh well.
Yeah. Oh, Nidon is scouted by that ward. He ran right above
Yep.
it, and
Yes, they know
does
he's there chasing everything. And now Nidal's definitely very aware, and this is going to be a kill on him. So that's the one downside. And especially, Complexity is smart enough to pick up on this, that they need rev wards, and so they've spammed them here in their jungle.
Yeah, I mean, that reward, it gave him a kill on Nidon, so that's definitely worth it.
Yeah.
Well, Parasite has Puzzle Box level 2 right now, and he's well on his way to level 3. And Nidon doesn't have the HP right now to just, go and take them all out of the fight with his outbones. He's gonna drop really low from doing that.
Yeah, I really do got a question. It's Nightdown to go Alkbones and then constantly still look to roam around, find kills. It just seems like an off strategy to me now. The jungle, actually, Tempest is going to be jumped and found and killed. You see Revenant Invis in there with more access to set that up, so a smoke gank in essence there, and well played. Are you kidding me? Zibe's also getting an Alkbone, so they're going to have two Alkbones here. Okay, so if that's the case, I don't think Alkbones makes a lot of sense now in Nighthound.
Alright, so I've talked with Siba about this before, because I was of the same thought that this doesn't make a whole lot of sense, buddy. Why do you keep getting that? His thought on the matter were that since Nighthound is roaming a lot, by the way, action, Parasite is getting killed. Since Nighthound is roaming a lot, it's effective for him to get an item that can optimize his farm when he's farming. And Alchemist Bones can help him, pop into a hard camp, get some extra gold from a hard camp, and then go roam again. So it's instead of like going all in on roam, he has the possibility of farming somewhat effectively next to roaming, and that's why Sibbe would go the Alchemist Bone.
Yeah.
and I guess Probus cast the same idea, but I would like to see a Nullifier Blade much more
Yeah.
than double Alchemist Bones on this side. Doesn't
Again,
make a whole lot of sense to
it
me.
made a lot more sense to me before Behemoth picked it up, because it gave that second out of like, oh, it's great against Parasite too and him and everything. But something we're almost forgetting too is that actually Nullifier Blade is actually good against Puzzle Box minions as well. It will kill them.
Oh yeah.
It doesn't instantly kill them like Alch Bones, but it actually does. It does a good amount of damage, I think. How much does it do?
It does. Yeah, I mentioned it earlier as well. When I talked
Oh
about
no,
the
it does
Nullifier
kill
pickup.
them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
okay.
purchased them.
Yeah, I was wrong
So
on that.
Nullifier is definitely legit on Nighthound.
Yeah,
But,
so there's that. So that's even more of a reason, in my opinion, to go the Nullifier. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but anyways, I mean, they are pushing the top lane right here, and they're going to actually freely do it. It looks like Complexity wasn't interested in defending at all.
Split pushing.
Yeah, they're going elsewhere with the bottom in the middle, but they're not going to get either tower in the end. They do some damage, but will eventually fall
look
back.
at Nighthound. He just took half HP from dealing with that Mauler.
Yeah, that's an issue.
I mean, he can't do that in teamfights, but then maybe he can. However, that was 300 gold for Nighthound. So, I mean, he's happy about doing it in this situation. Oscar is just sitting here bottom, waiting for a kill. No, okay. He revealed himself. Well.
Out here. Mage Bait in the meantime, while this farm continues, obviously he's now excelled quite a bit further ahead. 500 plus gold per minute, and the Shrunken Head is now next in line for him. And that's going to be very good against even the Nighthound, of course. It will prevent the silence from actually taking effect here. The smoke cloud, so yeah, important pickup for him to get. No doubt.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it feels like Magebrain is just farming a lot more than Nighthound at this point, and there's definitely if there were a contest before between Magebrain and Nighthound later on, it's kind of out of the option right now because Magebrain is just farming, and Nighthound is, moving around, getting some items that doesn't really, give him a lot of chances to deal with Magebrain later on. Energizer pickup and the Elk Bones, they're not really full on farming items, so Magebrain is gonna get more farm than Nighthound. They're going for gank here.
They're going for Tempest, and he's definitely a dead Tempest. Iceland Gogo, this has not been his game here as far as I mean, I guess it's only 40. I feel like it's honestly been more, but he is actually over 300 gold per minute, so he's actually not doing too bad considering they've addressed him quite a bit, I feel like, but he is sitting on 2,300 gold, so maybe I'm going to try to get that portal key as Moira. That's just an illusion. Scouting out the Kongor, which actually is happening as we see here. As Magebane just got the Shrunken Head delivered as well, so Complexity feels like it's time to go for that Kongor kill, and they're probably going to get it without any restraint here.
It looks like it, yeah. So they don't have Abyssal Skull on anyone, so they're gonna take some damage here. But so that's gonna be a token on Magebane, meaning he can play a lot more upfront in the next team fight, where he would have to play scared, like with just a stronger head still. But mid lane.
Serenia uses the Arcane Vortex onto Revenant here to keep him in place and prevent himself from dying and set up the turn. Oh, the snipe from Oscar though. I mean, that's at least a little bit of something there for Complexity, but man, a farming Revenant for a main support Moira, not something you're looking to do. No. And well played by Serenia there to live as long as he did, and obviously keep him in place for the turn kill. So,
I feel like it's almost worth it to give the token to Revenant, because he is the one that's going to be dying. Magebrain does have the strong head, so he can he's going to be good for fighting those 10 seconds of the strong head. But Revenant is going to have to play super safe still because, one BE ulti is actually going to kill him. So, yeah, I'd like the token on Revenant a lot more, actually.
Yeah, I mean, that's a fair point. I guess the counter to that is ideally you like it on the melee here. It could be in the front lines, and especially if you're trying to siege the base. Now, if they're not planning to actually siege the base, which is very possible because they still have secondary towers up, then I do tend to agree with you a little bit more, actually. putting the token on a Revenant possibly. But, you know, with the Nighthawk as well, how he's constantly been going around setting up kills, and we've seen earlier in the game at least, maybe that's also a little bit of a concern. That if he gets caught again and dies without that token, then that could be an issue. So
possibly.
he gets it.
The same case goes for Revenant though. It like doesn't matter if it's Magepan or Revenant. If either of them dies, they're kind of not having a great position. But yeah, I mean it's not like a
there's not a wrong answer. I don't think.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just they happen to they had to make a decision and they put on a mage man there. So. Granted, Revenant was dead as he was trying to set up a kill on the middle lane. So, Nighthound, the level 1 Nullifier plate is picked up, so he has that, and he actually is just going to keep a level 1 for now, it looks like, and now he's transitioning into that shrunken head here. Which of course
makes sense.
Good.
I don't like seeing people just, you know, instantly buying a full Nullifier plate, because those 700 gold, they could be spent better. Like, the Nullifier to me is really just a charge system. That's what makes Nullifier strong. As soon as you have no more charges, it's just, you know, it's just a little bit of stats and the mana burn occasionally. But I like seeing Probos going for the next item instead of spending 700 gold on getting more charges that he doesn't need.
Yeah.
If you can follow me.
That's an interesting point. It's because I mean, yes, it doesn't increase the stats a little bit too, and the mana burn it does itself. So I mean, there are a little bit more upgrades than just simply obviously unlimited charges. But you're right. It's like there's a reason why there's 2 levels to the item. I mean, it's where the level 1 you get it. You know, sure you have charges, limited charges, but it has the effect that the level 2 does as well. The purge especially, which is a big part of it. And so why not spend that extra 700 gold, you know, into another item and then eventually get it later on to upgrade. So I think there actually is a very valid point there for sure, and Probuska agrees here clearly.
Yeah.
With him,
it's 700 gold for what 4 agility and like 6 int. That's pretty low value as well. So I'm happy that he chose to go this way, and he's also going to need the Shrunken in the upcoming team fight for sure. Mid lane, no, maybe
Tempest down here actually. Yeah, they were hunting for him, but they didn't have any invis or anything like that. Just simply running up.
Oh,
actually, they're still chasing. They don't know Zivius here though. So they're gonna find Tempest. Now is he gonna go in on Behemoth? No. He actually portal keys away. That's unfortunate. Guess he kinda had to though.
Good catch from Oscar. Really, like he just he checked the first he found a hero the first spot he checked.
Yeah. That was a good find for sure, and that sets up the free kill on a Tempest who's still trying to finish that Shrunken, who, as always, you know, like to look at the counters now, and they got a couple, don't they? Parasite is the obvious one, but then, again, the Mana Rift is actually a superior stun, superior magic stun, so.
Yep, definitely. Behe? Yeah, so this is when, oh, no.
Wow.
Action.
Oh, they maybe a little bit of overkill there with the Mana Rift at the last second, but gets the gun.
He doesn't have buyback. How can he die? Like, he just
got the sheep stick, yeah. Magebane now, the token's actually just about to wear off. He needs to be careful with that. Because it's 2 more seconds. Okay, it is going to wear off there, and yeah, he is about a third of his life, so he will blink away, and that'll be that.
Could have been a possibly epic mistake from Haxon. Dying like that without a buyback, he could have lost his team, the Rex. But fortunately for them, the token, like the 5-second timer there, making sure that Magebane couldn't actually get himself killed in time, made sure that they wouldn't go for the Rex.
Yeah.
So yeah, risky plays from Hax, but they don't get punished for it, and I'm sure they're happy about that.
Yeah, absolutely. You do see the Shrunken Head now is finished on Tempest. I thought I saw a purchase, but actually maybe not. It might still be a little bit. Anyways, Behemoth going to Spell Shards, though. That was something I did see.
Yeah, yeah.
Top of the Alk Bones and the Portal Key, so not your everyday Behemoth build, but that's a big build like makes the most sense here, of course, so unless he gets it. So yeah, the Haxorant dying, as you pointed out, ends up not being the biggest issue in the world, despite not having to buy it back, but he does have a sheep stick now as a result of that, so
that can be a really big deal when if he catches Magebane. who by the way is going Frostwolf. I was talking about that option last game, and the form is actually bottling.
I saw it.
Probusk.
Yeah, he was going down here to farm it, and yet they were hiding in these trees here, though, this whole time. It was very good patience on their part. And you see that Bound Eye, of course, on Revenant. So they spotted Nighthound, and they just took the opportunity as soon as they did. In fact, they might get more out of this.
They're going to go for B here, I think.
The
Yeah,
Bound Eyes
no.
going to see him in time. Yep, they see him
Yeah,
now.
and
Right on top, jeez. No chance. The roam is real. That's Revenant for you.
it's 2 heroes without buybacks. But they're not pressuring base. They don't have a good, like, complexity, haven't really kept check on, like, the gold and item situation of their opponents, else they would know that there are no buybacks, and they could be pressing for racks here. That's a Frostwolf finish as well.
Yeah, as Magebane playing bottom lane right here, so as you mentioned, though, the Frost of Skull purchase, and now being delivered. There goes the tower. And no buyback on either one. Not going to be more, though. They will just settle for just the tower. Fall back from here. Maybe another Conqueror. I don't think it's going to be much longer here before the second Conqueror comes back up. But you see the Shrunken finally finished on Tempest, but it once again goes back to they still have a couple of ways to stop it even. And ever since that first Elemental Void he had in the middle lane, it was big, definitely, set up a turnaround. Hasn't really had an opportunity since then, so.
Yeah, he's been farming a lot and getting caught here and there. So, yeah, maybe he got lost some focus. But he's gonna it's gonna be up to him the next team fight when Complexity are pushing base. That's gonna be his time for him to step back into the game as the Tempest, the master of God holes. But maybe just farming the entire enemy jungle. Looks like it.
Yeah, that's
his illusions are just farming. And his illusions are just running around clearing camps while he's sitting in base. So that's something.
Yeah, you see it. God, they're strong, man. I mean, they're taking a little bit here, but the fact that he's able to do that, he just sends his illusions and farms with them elsewhere is pretty ridiculous.
700 GPM per minute. Sorry, GPM per minute. Nice. 700 GPM even. That's that's a pretty comfortable spot to be in if you're a Magebane at this point in the game.
Yeah.
He's almost he almost has enough for his next item.
Ooh.
Oh, someone got caught.
Find here on a Luna, and yep, it will be a kill. So, good, a quick kill on the love right there. They want more, but don't know if they're going to get more. Complexity immediately starts spreading away. And going to fall back. So, smart decision on their part. Don't give them the chance here. As Master of Arms, or not Master, Moraxis is setting up here with that. I was thinking the MOA of Arms.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, GPM.
On my mind. Anyways.
Yeah, okay.
Moraxis, okay, he's going to be spotted by the Bound Eye. There goes a Sheepstick. Will they capitalize right here? Oscar is dropping quickly. Everybody's here. In comes the Smoke Bomb as well. Oh my gosh, it's not enough. He pops the Shrunken, pops the Matrax, and he'll barely survive. Holy crap. Oh, 5 couldn't do it. Mageman in the meantime in the background. He keeps this ready. Look against the Knight, and that doesn't stand a chance. He has to pounce to his teammate. He's just trying to barely live right here. They have the Bound Eye. He's low. Tempest, the Elemental Void, is going to lock down Mageman at least. Not do a whole lot of damage, just simply trying to keep alive. As it won't work for them, though. Down goes Behemoth and Tempest. He's still alive, actually. Gets to call Moraxis, but he ends up going down in the end. So he saves Magebane, or not Magebane, but Nighthound at least. But Nighthound's still not done just yet, apparently. In fact, they kill Magebane, but Nighthound will go down. So I didn't catch that. Magebane was chasing, ended up dying, but, well, his team gets a genocide. So worth it in the end for Complexity there.
Yeah, that was a little bit too ballsy from Formless going diving a Midas with Sheepstick up. That was a little bit too much of the good stuff, but they still come out on top, and I guess they won't be able to pressure racks at this time around, but they definitely, putting in a lot of getting some more advantage is always good, and Magebane is going to be very close to his next item, which could be the Wingbow.
Yeah.
Like you saw that he went one-on-one with Nighthound. It wasn't even a contest. He was dominating Nighthound. Um, so yeah, I feel like they feel pretty good about this game.
Yeah.
I'll say we're just taking half HP to the Mauler. That's something.
Yep, that's Hawk Bones again. You gotta be a little careful with them on the Maulers at times. But yeah, you mentioned Mage Bane though up in 10 seconds here. He's gonna very possibly get that wing, but I'm pretty sure that is gonna be the next item choice, and, especially with what we saw earlier with the illusions and how powerful those are too. So Kongor is up as well though. That's that second Kongor, and definitely would expect Complexity to try to do that here in the near future. Level 2 Nullifier Blade is purchased by Nighthound, but again, that's not really a huge deal at this point. It's just a minor upgrade, really, for him right here. So it's almost like the way his items have turned out, it's almost like he's built more of just a heavy ganker. Like,
Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier as well. Like Nighthound is not a Melican. Nighthound is not a hero that just takes his team on the back of his shoulders and carries. At least that's not how it feels to me. He's more of like this roaming carry that does well if he has some kind of like a carry backup. But this game, it's all on Probusk. There's no one that scales into a later game except for Behe to some extent.
Oh, more access. Well, he whiffed the stun right there, but he's going to force the Legion team to kind of go panic mode here. Double damage on Mage Bane. The last thing you're looking to do is pick a fight if you're this Legion side. Nighthound, Mana Rift. Yep, it's going to stop it. I'm going to say they have ways to stop that, as we talked about earlier, and sure enough they do. There's a vote to concede. That's probably going to do it. I don't think Mint is going to hang in here. Maybe they're disagreeing a little bit, but yeah, I mean, they're just so far behind now with this.
That is interesting. They don't. That's the best way to show weakness. It's when you call a vote and it doesn't go through. There is someone who doesn't agree on the team. That's never good. You shouldn't, like, that's just
exactly.
Don't ever do that. Don't do that. You're showing so much weakness right now.
No, I 100% agree. It's one thing to do it in TMM, obviously, if people just don't get along and whatnot. But as an actual team in a competitive tier match, the fact that part of your team wants to quit and the other part wants to stay, it's not going to work out. It'll never work out in the end. Now, we do see an Elemental Void coming out right here. Obviously going to be canceled immediately, and he goes down. So, but yeah, if a couple of players are, no, in fact, they're just simply not giving it their all now because they feel like they're out of it, it's, you know, why even try to go on, honestly? But, yeah. I mean, so it was clearly over. They stuck around for a little bit to talk it over, but obviously Complexity, they pull through. And the Mage Bane carry proves to be too strong in the end. So, yeah, you know, I mean, I definitely agree with you again. That 9-9 as far as a hard carry, sure, he's not going to out-carry a Mage Bane by any means. But I do think the way he built it didn't give them that great of a chance, to be frank. So
I think it could have worked if they had like a hack suicide, for instance, like something that could, you know, help Nighthound carry.
True.
That maybe like Nighthound as a single core carry, I don't think he's very good at that. That's where Melican comes in and that's what Melican does. But maybe as like a dual core carry, that could work. But Mint deciding not to, and then Nighthound with some first the Energizer into the Alk Bones and then the Nullfire Blade. He were kind of roaming, but that kind of like Mage Bane, as you can see, he had twice the farm Nighthound had.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, not working out in the end. We'll see what they decide to do next game, but I think they're gonna fall back to like what they like to do, like their passive lineup with a hard carry that is definitely a hard carry.
Yeah. Well, we saw Mint take out BMG earlier today, 2-0, and a pretty decisive victories for them, looking really strong. Not the same here against Complexity. They run into a little bit of a wall in Complexity. They instead take out them in game number 1 here now. Obviously, we'll see how that continues on. But ladies and gentlemen, once again, things will continue on here with our first day of Cycle 3 here of the group stages of Haunt Tour Season 4. Stay tuned, guys. We'll be right back. Game number 2 of this series coming up next.